We all have here 4 executives from industries that seem to be very, very different. And yet they're all dealing with the same big issues that Alan described. AI, technology generally, climate, the after effects of the pandemic, what's going on with new trading patterns. These things are large and fast changing, and we all have to deal with them. So we're going to talk about all of these, looking for commonalities in how these executives are dealing with these issues. And we may find that they are not as different as they first appeared to be. I should mention also that we welcome input from you. If you want to ask a question, simply raise your hand and someone with a microphone will come to you very quickly so that you can ask your question. And please don't wait for me to invite questions. The way we will do this whole event is by inviting questions from the very beginning. So please don't be bashful if there's anything you want to ask about. We could start many different ways, but Abdul Nasser, I'd like to start with you. I mentioned climate and sustainability as one of the issues. People will naturally think, well, okay, the aluminum business involves mining the alumina, moving lots of big things around in ships. Making aluminum uses a great deal of electricity. So there are a lot of obvious issues there. How have you thought about these?
First of all, thank you for the invitation. It's giving me a great pleasure to be here with you. Such honors, panelists, and a great crowd here. I would like to start by saying aluminum is playing a crucial role for the development of more sustainable societies.
Christian, people may or may not recognize that real estate is a huge element in climate and sustainability. There's various research showing that large percentages of all the greenhouse gases, of CO2 especially, come from buildings. This is an issue that your industry and your company must now deal with. How are you dealing with it?
Sure. Yeah, the built environment is roughly causing 40% of the CO2 emissions in the world, of the carbon emissions in the world. That obviously includes the building up of the building and then the operating of the building.
Nigel, your business has to do with the technology and all about the technology. You help all kinds of companies, different companies, go on a digital transformation, a technological transformation. Are your clients asking you for help, well, about climate, but about what other things?
Yeah, I think if you really think about any sustainability journey in the context of any of our clients, whether it's like Christian mentioned in the context of the work they're doing at JLL or in the context of mining, I think in every industry, technology has got to be one of the sources in which you actually drive opportunities to become more sustainable. And I think that starts with choices at the organizational level, but at choices through the organization. So
it's funny, we started with climate and sustainability. Now we're talking about technology. Inevitably, I think. Mikhail, technology is the basis of your whole business at E&. Can you describe to us the story, the journey from telecom to what you are now, and how it's a good thing for the larger world?
Thank you for your question. Telecommunications, they're a backbone of modern business and modern life.
I have to ask you, Christian, about China with regard to real estate. Whether someone is interested or an expert in real estate or not doesn't really matter. We know that it is a huge element of the Chinese economy, and we've been reading a lot of articles in the newspapers lately. What's your assessment of the real estate situation in China now? What do you expect it to become?
Well, it is indeed a very large part of the GDP, and it is a very relevant economy in the world, as we all know, so we all have to be concerned about that market.
Nigel, I want to ask you a broad question. but I think it may be revealing. You have clients in all kinds of industries. What are they asking you about most now? Specifically, I think about almost exactly a year ago, November 30th, 2022, when OpenAI made available to the general public ChatGPT, and it changed the world. What have your clients been doing in response?
So I think, firstly, most of our clients have been on this journey of transforming themselves digitally for a while. And I think what you're starting to see with AI is the consciousness essentially raised across the organizations, with people recognizing that this is going to be a meaningful shift. The last time I saw a moment like this was in the mid-90s, when the dot-com bubble was starting to emerge, where people were like, this internet thing is going to be a big thing. And on Sapien.
Mikhail, let's take a big picture view. We've talked about technology a lot, as well as other things. Is AI and the technologies associated in general fundamentally going to be for the social good?
I firmly believe that AI will be for the social good.
It just strikes me, here we've been talking about these very large issues, fast-changing issues, that everybody in this room is worried about. And yet the whole tone of this conversation has been an optimistic one. It really is something that is reassuring to hear from all of these different industries. And it's a great note on which to end. So let us please say to Abdel Nasser, Mikhail, Christian, Nigel, thank you so very, very much.